Hello, it's TGN strategy fans. It is time for another dose of Age of Empires 2. In this game, we will see Geoffrey playing in the green, playing as the Mines, go off against VNS, the name I can never pronounce, in blue, playing as the Huns. So let's have a quick, just for those people who don't play this game a lot, Huns would be the standard civ for pretty much any map out there, apart from maybe water where the general is Vikings, but main story with Huns is they don't need houses, so they keep that wood up nice and extra, and they can get out an army a lot quicker naturally because they don't need that houses. With them, the standard play is usually the archer flush, which is you get to feudal age and pump out as many archers as you can really quickly, go harass your opponent's villager line. The next step in their plan is usually you get to castle age, spam cavalry archers until their opponent dies. Every now and then you'll see them go Imperial just to get their cavalry archers a little bit better, but you don't generally see them go for anything like paladins or knights or anything like that at all. Every now and then you will see them go for hussars in the Imperial Age, which is just a really advanced scout, essentially, and they'll just use that to get in that little bit of extra harassment until their opponent dies. So let's have a look at Geoffrey. What are you up to? You are going to be going for probably a standard mine rush, which is they'll either archer flush, which I've just explained, which is attacking your opponent with archers really quickly and trying to get as much damage done to his villagers as possible, and then go up into the castle age and try and get that castle up, to get those, of course, really great plumed archers, which everyone just loves, because they are very cheap, effective units, which is absolutely great. So that's pretty much his two options there. You can go for the really fast castle, or go for that archer flush to get it in. You don't usually see a mine player drush much at all. They do have those 20% longer lasting resources, which really does help, but it shouldn't be, it's not really enough to say they'll go. Actually, saying that, he's grabbing some gold at the moment. We could see 3 militia straight off the bat, but I'm going to slow it down quickly just because I want to explain the map quickly. Anybody who plays the game will be able to tell already this is in Arabia. They'll be able to tell it's a mega random, just a mega random map. So what is mega random for those who don't know? It's essentially a random map script that has a bunch of different maps built into it that are randomized, and then one's just picked out, and they all give really weird circumstances. If I take you back to the start of the game, you would have seen both players start off with 2 houses and an archery range just straight off the bat. Usually you don't start with them, so what's that encouraging? That's encouraging early feudal harassment and early feudal age, etc, etc. So we are seeing this villager over here go for this gold, which is really interesting. We are seeing that barracks go up though. He has seen his opponent's barracks, and Eagle Warrior, of course, being stronger than the scout at this stage, it does have 4 attack, whereas the scout only has 3, and it does actually have an extra 5 HP. However, in the feudal age, the scout will be able to just kill the Eagle Warrior without too much trouble, because it gets that +2 attack upgrade. So we can tell right now that we do have blue going for a drush. We do see those militia being created now. And what are we seeing from you? Any militia yet? No, we're not. But he is going for even more gold, which is interesting. There is 3 being queued up there. Looks like he's probably going to go for 4, because he is getting that little extra gold again, which is interesting. He hasn't put down a mining camp yet either. And he does have the resources to do so. He does have a trap village there, so he's going to have to be careful to get that one out and working nice and quickly. Geoffrey doing quite well at the moment on the score. Let's check the scouting quickly. Pretty good from Geoffrey if we just check blues. It's about the same there. And let's just check the populations before we go into this fight. 24 currently for Geoffrey, and blue currently on 27, so it looks like he's going to have an advantage with the militia there. Quite a big one, actually. So let's move back up to this section over here. And how many militia have we gone for? He's got 2 out in play, and I'll jump back quickly if we can see. Trying to get that scout there, but going for 4 by the looks of it. So he should be able to outdo blue here if it comes down to it. Blue getting the hill bonus here though, and surprisingly walking around to the bottom to lose that hill bonus to himself. That's quite interesting. Usually they try to stick towards the top of the hill, and this scout here only on 3 HP. It's going to be pretty much dead to any militia that decides to actually hit it with its club or mace. I can't decide at this stage. It looks like a mace, honestly. I don't know, could classify it as a club, but let's speed things back up. And we can see right now we do have Geoffrey going for deer. Deer, of course, being a very good source of income, especially when you've got that 20% lasting resources. And it looks like blue's going to be able to get in here and get some harassment. We saw Geoffrey just miss that there, and this is going to hurt by the looks of it. 33 population currently for Geoffrey, which is non-standard at all, just absolutely non-standard. For blue, we currently have 29, but he's just about to hit the feudal age, so this could potentially be very bad for Geoffrey right now. We could potentially see this man-at-arms upgrade, and there we go. Let's actually just jump back quickly and see if we are seeing it. We are seeing man-at-arms. He is moving forward right now with 4 villagers and a scout. The Eagle Warrior has seen this, however. Forward archery range is going up. For those who don't know, forwarding is just a really offensive tactic used because you can get those units out onto the front lines very, very quickly. Essentially, just pulling your rush timing right down, making it a lot faster. Over here, though, we can see as well, he does already have that archery range up, but he's not creating units from it yet. That man-at-arms is nearly done. And as we can see, we've seen the color glitch there where it decides to swap between colors every now and then. But here we go. This is going to go very, very badly right now for Geoffrey, I can see. And here we go. Militia should get cut down by these men-at-arms quite quickly now. Wouldn't be surprised. Yes, he is taking the villagers off there to try and defend from this, because if he loses this, his chances are he'll lose this mill and lots of these villagers anyway. So he's really got to start getting the damage on really quickly. And kiting with those units there, not something that we don't see a lot of. And villagers getting taken out here by the looks of it. Looks like he should be able to defend this without too much trouble. Militia over here going to get taken down by that villager. And doing that extremely well over there, however, still idling at this stage. Looks like these men-at-arms will be cleaned up by these villagers, which is good. But still, that's a lot of villagers had to take off the line there. Looks like he's lost two villagers right there. All his militia at this stage, and he's going to have to take out this area over here. And naturally, the archers are coming out straight after. So let's speed it back up and watch what happens from here. Villagers, of course, getting pushed back to the side over here. More villagers from our blue player going to be pushing in from this section over here, though. So he is going to be able to do quite a bit of damage with these guys, especially if he gets a tower up. And there it is now. Going to put that up here. Should be able to hurt off these villagers quite well. And I don't think we'll be able to reach this stone. Archer is coming in though, putting some fire on these villagers, which of course is very dangerous. Even without maximum upgrades, they can still do quite a bit of damage when they're in a situation like this. Skirmishes being the best response, of course, from Geoffrey. And just because he doesn't have any gold at the moment, he doesn't have anyone on gold, so he's not able to do so. And while this is happening, actually, I'll just say as well, because not a lot's happening at the moment, there is just a little bit going on. The map actually consists of next to no gold for both players. Both players starting off with 5 just pieces of gold, and then there's just a little, I think there's about 4 or 5 on these. And there's just 2 of these in the center of the map just hanging out. For stone as well, not a lot, so definitely not favoring Geoffrey at the moment. However, that's still not bad. And as we can see, Geoffrey is putting a lot of villagers on stone right now because he is going to try and get that castle up nice and early. He did repel this tower here quite quickly by getting his own defensive one up again. But naturally, he doesn't want to do that because he's mine. And he wants to get that castle up as quick as possible. So honestly, I think it might be a win for Blue getting that one up. And having to put up another defensive tower here. So Blue doing a great job at just demolishing Geoffrey's stone count, which is really, in the long run, going to help him out quite a bit. This watchtower over here, not going to be created, losing 2 villagers to that. So Geoffrey in quite a good position right now, actually, to defend. However, it looks like these guys might be able to come in and get a little bit of harassment. We do already have the fletching upgrade on them. Do we have the fletching upgrade for you yet? No, we don't. Geoffrey's still lacking that upgrade right now. And more harassment coming in here, getting this palisade wall up here finished. Naturally trying to just divert anything that tries to kill off these farms. Looks like it's going to be a full wall off right now for Geoffrey. This section over here looks like this piece of wall might be taken out. We might see some just units in here for, well, Geoffrey to deal with. However, it looks like he's getting out of there quite quickly. He has seen that wall off going up now. More scouting happening at this stage, and no more towers going up for Blue either. He's been playing quite a good game so far. He's managed to keep the pressure on Geoffrey quite a bit, and you can see that his score is definitely taking the upper hand here. However, if we look at Geoffrey, let's see how much stone you have available. 327, he's nearly in the castle age. He's going to be able to get a castle up nice and quickly, and he's either going to be able to go with Eagle Warriors or Plumed Archers. Naturally, Eagle Warriors being a good counter to Archers in the Imperial Age once they get that 4+4 armor, which is absolutely insane. But until then, he's going to have to deal with these archers with plumed archers, so he's going to have to do quite a good job like that. Currently 20 minutes in, we are seeing Blue still in front, even though he's not in Castle Age yet. Is he advancing up? He's not even advancing up to Castle Age right now, so he's not going to have what he needs to take on a Castle Age army at this stage. However, he does outmass, which is really important, which essentially means he's going to be able to kill off Eagle Warriors before they get too close because they don't have that greater army yet. Plumed Archers he should be able to deal with as well, because unless they're a mass, they're not going to be able to damage an army like this. We are seeing the Siege Workshop go up for Geoffrey right now, and that's really important because he's going to be able to get those mangonels out and maybe even just one hit KO this entire army. We've got another watchtower coming up over here though, trying to just take all of this wood here out of the area and just give Geoffrey no choice to use it, which is okay. He has this one down over here, which is fine, but if he tries to move this one over here, he's not going to have a chance. Castle is going down for Geoffrey at this stage. which is really dangerous because, of course, it's going to keep all those units away. Plus, Plume that train normally is Plumed Archers, which you just love to have as a mine player. And Watchtower going up over here should be able to hit some of these farms. I would think this Mangonel should be able to deal with it without too much trouble. And there we go, taking out that, well, getting that villager out of there quite quickly. And that Watchtower is going to go down. This one over here still doing quite well. It's got 5 units in it at the moment, so it is at its fullest that it can be for the moment. Of course, I think Teutons do get a bonus with them. Not sure off the top of my head, but this one over here, it is going to continue to just put pressure on until he takes it out. So I'm expecting more than one Mangonel, honestly, because he should be able to deal with this tower then. These archers over here still trying to keep that pressure on, even though they really can't at this stage. There's no problem with it. We are seeing the market go up there, and I think we will be seeing him go up to Castle Age very, very soon. Oh, I think I was on him actually. Yeah, so he's only just started to go up to Castle Age. Wouldn't be surprised if we see him retreat, because he won't be able to keep up with it at this stage. We are seeing the proxy stable go down at this moment, which is really interesting. And probably going to see some light cavalry from that as soon as he advances up to try and get some more harassment on to Geoffrey's base, as well as could even use them to try and get some damage on those Plumed Archers. And saying Plumed Archers, we are having Geoffrey move out across the map right about now, trying to get some harassment onto blue for the first time in the game, which is really interesting in my opinion. The scores are still very close, actually. There's only about 100 points in it. But blue is advancing currently, so as soon as he gets there, he'll probably take the score lead back at this stage. And blue, of course, putting all of his resources into a forward combat and trying to get that harassment in. He's not prepared to deal with these Plumed Archers yet, and they do have the potential to do a lot of damage unless microed really badly. Or all of these units here just come in on them like this and just get them stuck, like we are about to see. Tower over here, towering is gold, very smart idea. These Plumed Archers are going to take quite a bit of damage. I wouldn't be surprised if they'll get killed off quite quickly. And looks like they're actually going to get out of there, which is really interesting right now. Looks like this tower here was cleaned up by those Mangonels. Second one over here being cleaned up as well. And looks like all those Plumed Archers were killed off. Last one looks like he died right about there. And moving forward with more villages, which is interesting because he's going down with the Forge Seas Workshop, which means he wants to really start putting the pressure on. Town Centre going up on this centre gold here, which is a smart plan at this stage. I don't know if Geoffrey's noticed the lack of gold on the map. He's seen this one. He hasn't explored to the sides yet either, so that could be potentially really bad for him if he comes down to a bad thing. And I just clicked view lock there. But if he comes down to it and his opponent has more gold, his opponent will win because he has more gold. That's just how it goes. He'll be forced pretty much into skirmishes. His opponent will be probably going mass cavalry archers. He can just then transition into knights and wipe out all those skirmishes without too much trouble. So it's really not helpful having just a low gold cost. There's not really a lot you can do. Of course you can hold off, but of course, as we know, a knight can demolish a pikeman without too much trouble. A paladin, fully upgraded, can demolish a fully upgraded halberdier without too much trouble as well. It's not cost effective, but it works. So if you're down on gold, don't just think, if you have the choice between going gold and not, don't just think I'll stall in with pikemen, because of course it's cost effective, but when it comes down to it, the paladin's a lot stronger unit, and it's going to do a lot of damage either way. So moving in with these crossbows and skirmishes here, this Mangonel in a perfect position at the moment to actually do some damage to him, and let's have a look. Perfect split there from a blue, managing to get out of there without losing a single unit. Great play so far. Castle Age, of course, has been done at this moment. We are seeing all of the upgrades being done at this stage. Still lacking that +2 armor, which is quite important, and no armor upgrades at all on the Plumed Archers at this stage. And Cavalry Archer spam has begun by our blue player right now, and potentially a lot of trouble right now for Geoffrey. Unless he can set up a good defense, he has got all his wall up, which means he's not going to be able to... Well, blue's not going to be able to run in and engage everywhere he wants. He's not going to control all the engagements, just most of them. And looks like this mill over here is going to be dealt with by this, well, Mangonel quite quickly. Geoffrey, what's your plan? It looks like he's starting to save up. He might be going to Imperial Age. He might go for Mass Eagle Warriors at this stage, which is a pretty common tactic as well as Mines or Aztecs. If your opponent masses any archery type unit, you can just Mass Eagle Warriors, get to Imperial Age nice and quick, Mass Eagle Warriors, and take them out without too much trouble. These crossbows over here still trying to get across and do some damage. However, we've seen already, Geoffrey's done a great job with his map control so far, and to base control. He's been able to pretty much just keep his opponent out most of the game so far, and running away with these Plumed Archers. It looks like he did get a few Cavalry Archer kills there, and he really needs to start getting even more upgrades on these guys, because once those armor upgrades get on, they can be really dangerous. So you have 3 armor already on Pierce for the Castle Age, which is quite amazing, honestly. Well, not amazing, it's quite good to have, especially considering Cavalry Archers only start off with 0. So they do have the advantage in that fight. However, same hit points as well, actually, at this stage. It doesn't look like blue's got bloodlines yet. which is really interesting at this stage in the game. You should have bloodlines by the time you start producing cavalry archers like this. However, naturally there is so little gold on the map, he could just have chosen not to do it and just max out on cavalry archers. Definitely an option, but I'm surprised we haven't seen it yet. They should be up on hit points by now. Moving forward with this mangonel and this battering ram, this could be really troubling for Geoffrey at this stage right now. And managed to get a good kill there with that mangonel, actually. Plumed archers still just hanging out around the map. We are seeing a mangonel hanging out down over here. Don't know what he's going to be able to do with that. He does have this stable here, of course, going to be able to produce knights or hussars if he really wants to. However, at this stage in the game, Geoffrey is starting to look like he could be falling a little bit behind. Mangonel should be able to deal with his cavalry archers and this ram without too much trouble. But that didn't look good at all for Geoffrey right now. But Geoffrey's moving out across the map with a lot of villages right now. What is he up to? He's going up to the Imperial Age as well, actually. This could be really troubling for Blue right now. He could potentially have a whole lot of Eagle Warriors about to swarm his entire base. He is losing this forward base here. However, he did take out quite a few plumed archers while he was at it. Looks like this ram will be taken down with time. Cavalry archers still enough to reinforce for Blue. He's controlling all the gold on the map at this stage, except for the two that are in this space here. Naturally, that 20% laster longing resources. Laster longing. That's a crap sentence. But it should last a lot longer, which is happy. And for a map like this, it's absolutely great to have. And let's see, is he starting to get extra barracks up? Yes, he is. He's got 3 up already, going for a 4th and a 5th. He will be able to do a lot of damage here. We can see that he's transitioning a lot of villages onto food right now from wood by the looks of it. He's going to need a high gold count and a high food count. Well, not so much high, costing him at 20 gold. Wait, no, 20 food and 50 gold. And cavalry archers are getting into the base here. They are going to be able to do a lot of damage to the production here. However, is the Eagle Warriors, is there going to be enough out quickly enough to be able to do all the damage he needs? Currently got that armor upgrade, which is already really important. Losing villages on his wood and farms at the moment. Very important. He is going to need to take them out with the mangonels as quick as possible right now. And we haven't even seen a mangonel start to get produced. Actually, this one over here is going to be able to do quite a bit of damage, actually, and might force these cavalry archers out of the area. However, lots of villages are getting killed off right now. And it's starting to look like this might be in the favour of Blue. However, Geoffrey already hitting the Imperial Age. He has got quite a few Eagle Warriors available at the moment. And he's going to be able to do a lot of damage once these cavalry archers retreat. And he manages to get those resources up and gets his macro back on track. These cavalry archers just staying in here forever. Great play by Blue so far. However, we do see Geoffrey taking another stone pile right now, which is really important. I don't think he's going to get seen by these archers. Let's have a quick look right now. Looks like he is going to get away with it. Yes, he is getting away with it. However, these cavalry archers over here finally getting taken out by this tower and this town center, which is really helpful. Mangonel doing quite a bit of damage too. Eagle Warriors at this stage going to be able to do a hell of a lot of damage to Blue. If he does not wall in or get some knights or something out that so he'll be able to counter these Eagle Warriors, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. Let's jump back over to Geoffrey. And I don't even know if he's seen the Eagle Warriors yet, actually. He might not have. The Elite Eagle Warriors research still hasn't been done, so he's not in a lot of trouble. But I'm expecting this base here just to get completely ransacked by these Eagles, taken out quite quickly. And he's going to really need to start getting a wall off if he wants to defend from these Eagles. Because, of course, Eagles are very quick units, and they're absolutely great for destroying your opponent's economy. So, what are you guys up to now? So, they are up to Elite. They've got that 6 armor on them already. We are seeing mangonel damage right now. And these mangonels aren't going to stand a chance versus these Eagle Warriors. Getting taken out quite quickly. Will he go for the ram? No, he's choosing to completely bypass that. He's coming up to the town center. He's going to force the garrison there. These cavalry archers will be forced to retreat. Finally got some bloodlines on them. And Eagle Warriors here, what is your plan? Looks like it's just kill as much as you can. 4+4 armor has been done, so they are going to be able to do an extreme amount of damage right now. Eagle Warriors just flooding this entire area. I can see a lot more coming in at this stage. He currently has, what, like 5 barracks up? 2 for 5, yeah. And these units over here just absolutely demolishing everything he's got here. More units are moving out at this stage, and Eagle Warriors just continuing to move out. Eagle Warriors in the main base too, managing to get a little bit of harassment. Not forcing an overreaction from Blue yet, which is good on his part. However, I don't think he's going to be able to do enough damage at this stage. We are actually seeing a second blacksmith right now from Blue right now, and he's going to be able to switch into knights by the looks of it. Let's have a quick peek at what he's up to. Switching into Knights. No, he's switching into Light Cavalry. That Hussar upgrade is being done. Here come the Eagle Warriors into the base right now. These guys over here could potentially be in a lot of trouble. However, these Eagle Warriors should be able to deal with this army here unless he gets outmassed by quite a bit. More Eagle Warriors on the way. We are seeing quite a few resources being spent for both players right now. However, it looks like Green is going to be able to take this right now. He is doing a lot of damage to these villages. He may be behind on score, but he's doing enough damage to these villages. It looks like he should be up in time. He's completely disturbing the economy here. The macro is being pretty much destroyed right now. These units over here were all killed off quite badly. These ones as well. And the scores are pretty much even at this stage. The Eagle Warriors are trying to take on the Hussars at this stage, but they are not getting there right now. And how many more Eagle Warriors do we have underway? Not a lot by the looks of it. Getting more harassment on this base here, though wouldn't be surprised if this town center actually goes down. And looks like we have blue starting to run out of gold at this stage. It's only on 700. All of the way I say only 700, that's actually quite a heap. If we compare that over to Geoffrey, I bet you he's got none. Let's have a look. Geoffrey on 42 gold. Exactly as I expected, but still these Eagle Warriors are going to be able to come in and do just insane amounts of damage right now. He's going to be able to take out pretty much everything he wants to at this stage. The Eagle Warriors should be able to deal with this Hussar army right now, and it looks like they're going to do that right now. Just soaking up all of that damage from the town center, and that is Hussars are down at this stage. And we're going to see the good game from Blue any second now, I reckon. His economy is in shambles. He has nothing left to do. He doesn't have enough for, military buildings to keep up with him at this stage. Units are all just being killed off extremely quickly. He lost his forward there. And there's the game from Blue. Great play so far by Geoffrey. So thank you for watching. This video will be on TGN Strategy. Check out my channel if you want. There, well, naturally, Barbecue Turkman. You can check it out quite quickly. Anyone else who came from my channel to watch, thank you guys. And I'll see you guys in the next